Welcome back to Temeron's Tactics. This is Dominions 4 Gameplay Tutorial Part 8. We've just taken Batagne, so now we've captured all of the provinces that are adjacent to our fortress, our castle here, so we're making lots of resources, and we're in a very good shape as far as being able to reinforce our army. But now we need to go up to the middle and face the Carrion Woods here. They've managed to get onto the other side of this river and then up into the mountain, and then once you're in the mountain, you can cut down when it's not winter, okay? You can cut down into here onto this side of the river, and this is where this throne is. We don't want him to get this throne. We want to beat him to it, or at least get there, you know, at the same time so that we can take it from him. I'm going to grab them all. Here we go. Or into Llama, rather. I'm going to skip searching for magic sites in Batagne because I'm not worried about that right now. It's a little bit of a race to get to this throne, so I'm going to go quickly. Faiz can go back and get reinforcements, but everybody else is going to move forward. I'd also like Maklu, our Empoisoner, who has the assassination ability. He can assassinate guys, and he's experienced now because he's been around for a while. Let's go ahead and have him move up as well. He's stealthy, so if I tell him to move, you can see his order is actually sneak. So he's going to sneak into Batagne, and then I'll be able to kind of follow my army in there. I kind of wish I had moved him up already, but I didn't. That's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and end the turn and have the Battle of Llama. There's only about 20 guys there, so this should be a pretty uninteresting fight. There he is. The Battle of Llama. Heavily armored horsemen there. But all of our guys have spears, so I mean, you know, horsemen probably are not going to fare very well against our army. Spears are more effective against horsemen in this game, just as you'd expect. You know, that's what they're there for. So. No problem. We lost nothing, really. Okay, good. Unexpected event, and a hurricane has struck the land, devastating the countryside, plus 25 unrest and negative 60 population. Now you recall the population right here is related to how many supplies and how much income and resources it's going to give you, rather. Okay. Now normally I'd stop and search here, but I'm just going to push forward into this Deadlands. Now if we take a look there, it looks like it has lizard warriors and heavy infantry, about 50 of them. And I also know that it's entirely possible might be coming down into Deadlands right at this very moment, and we might have a clash. If that happens, I'd like to make sure to have Resist Magic queued up for all of my casters. Remember, when I have Communion Master going, any spells that I cast also affect my Communion Slaves. So let's pull Regeneration out of there, and I'm going to cast a specific spell, Resist Magic. That's that level 1 enchantment spell that I really like. Okay, and then after that, let's have him cast Regeneration again, and then from there on out, whatever you want to cast is fine with me. But I just wanted to get that Resist Magic in there. Faiz can move up to bring those reinforcements to Batagne, and then we've got this new guy, Martu, who can research. And now we've got 10 researchers, which gives us 90 research per turn. At this point, I'm pretty happy with my research ability, so I'm going to go back to recruit units, and I'm going to stop recruiting shaman. I don't really need any more. I mean, that's plenty. All right. And that'll give us one more holy point, so then I'm going to recruit one more Sacred Serpent as well. And you know, we do have an awful lot of light infantry. Why don't we add some of these Sobek warriors in there? They're not sacred, but they're really tough guys who have a bite, and the falchion does a lot of damage, very powerful. Okay, they are size 3, so they're a little bit larger than the standard lizard man. Let's go ahead and queue up a few of those as well. Well, 3 apparently. Okay, and then we can still just put back a few of those lights. Okay, so that's a lot of guys to recruit every turn still. If we continue to build up our army that way, we're going to eventually run into supply problems. As you can see right now, we're only using 100 supply in the province that we're in, but there's only 145. So once we get up to Deadlands, we might run into some supply problems. We'll find out in a moment. So who's this? We've got a wizard who's got a bunch of gems on him, actually. And some of his slaves already started running. That's nice. Oh yeah, they're just casting necromancy spells back there and summoning skeletons. Shaman, wizard, yeah, there's a bunch of spellcasters back there. I'm glad I cast resist magic, because he might be trying to pelt my god and my shamans from way back there. I'm not Yes, he just tried to paralyze him just a second ago. I saw paralyze hit on him there, so I'm very glad that he has the resist magic, which will help with that. This is definitely a tougher fight than the ones that we faced previously. But, I mean, these are all slaves. Those are just slaves, lizard warriors. Banishment is an area of effect anti-undead spell that's very powerful and that our priest does have. So when we're facing off against undead enemies, he can just bombard them with that banishment, and it's super effective to take out groups of enemies. This has been an interesting fight here. I'm anxious to see the outcome. Independent armies are routed. I'll go ahead and fast forward to the rest of it. All right. So let's see. We lost 6 guys. That's it. And took out 60 of the independents there. Those were some pretty tough independents. Lots of casters. Well, now we've captured the province that has Deadlands in it. So now I'm going to go up to defense. I have 400 gold. I want to build up the defense here big time. I want lots of guys to guard this province. 28, sure. Whatever I can afford. Okay. And then we're going to have Temeron claim the throne, and we're going to have Tabira patrol, because there's a lot of unrest that I want to get rid of. Actually, let's have everybody patrol. I'm sorry. And then I'm just going to go back and reselect claim the throne for Temeron here. Oh yeah, and Maklu needs to move up with the rest of the army, and then we have reinforcements coming up from Bataine as well. There we are. Very good. We didn't put any defense in Bataine. We should do that. Can put a few points anyway. Not many. 6. We'll have to build that up on future turns. But I just wanted to get to Deadlands and fortify it as soon as possible. Okay, and now we've got this throne, and that's going to put us into a nice spot. So now I can end turn. I have claimed the throne of beasts. And the land is now safe and orderly. The throne of beasts spreads dominion. Blessed troops get animal awe. Nice. So that means that if animals try to attack any of my sacred units, which are blessed, which they always are, okay, then they get that awe thing where they're like too awestruck to actually try to bite our guys. Okay, so that's really good. And it produces 2 nature per turn, and we definitely could use that as well, so that's a good throne for us. Now all we need to do is get down here to capture this province in order to win the game. But you might notice, look at that, there's 200 enemy units in Epernia, so there's a big fight brewing. Again, you're watching Temeron's Tactics. My name is Temeron. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the continuation of this gameplay tutorial series.